And I said, well, let me put it this way. Do you know where you'll spend eternity? And he thought about it for just a second and he said, no, I really don't. Well, we are in Iowa and we just got into town and put the bike on the bus.
Just in time.
And just in time because we got into a downpour. We're trying to see if we can find a good church that we can attend. Looking at the water in the streets, it's pretty amazing. Well, good morning, everybody. It's Monday, August the 3rd, and I'm on this highway heading up to a town called Logan in western Iowa. And I'm so glad that they've recently put a shoulder on this road, because as you can see, quite a bit of traffic on this road, and it's just really difficult when there's no shoulder to ride on. And so my prayer is that the Lord would bring a revival to Iowa. Hey everyone, I am just about a mile north of Logan, Iowa, and Colleen called me. She said she went to the store and she bought me some chicken and asked me if I'd like to eat some chicken, and I said, well, yeah. So there she is behind me. She was pulling off. I'm standing here with my bicycle, and you know the car that takes all the pictures in Google Maps on the Street View? Well, it just went by. So I don't know how long it takes them to process, but wait a month or two and just look on the Street View north of Logan, Iowa, and you just might see Pastor Mike on a bike and our beautiful little bus Howie. I think I'm gonna go eat some chicken. Good morning, Colleen.
Oh, good morning, Mike.
How are you today?
Oh, waking up.
How are you, Izzy? Well, we're figuring out our route, and we actually have 3 Iowa maps. This one shows you things that would be important to you if you were bicycling. And that's what I'll be doing this morning. So let's take a look at the bicycle map. This is where we are right now, and we can kind of zoom back, and wow, Iowa has a lot of roads in it. Which one should we pick? The nice thing about this map is that it shows us the road,
yellow means it's fairly well trafficked. You want to try to stay off the pink roads as much as you can, because those are the ones with the heaviest traffic. And we've gone down a few of these pink roads yesterday. And so we're going to try to pick a route that will take us all the way to the other end.
I am standing in front of Faith Family Church here in Harlan, and let's go see if there's somebody inside we can talk to and ask them the question, what is God doing in Harlan? What is God doing in Iowa? We are in Harlan, Iowa, and we stopped by at Faith Family Church, and we're talking to Trina, and we get to ask the big question. Trina, what do you sense the Spirit of the Lord doing in this neck of the woods?
Well, I just feel like people are very hungry right now. People, we're not letting, the outside influences dictate on what the Lord is doing or us seeking Him. We have a lot of people that are just hungry to get back in church, to start doing the things that He's destined for us to do in our plans and our callings, and so we're just very excited to see it's opened doors of opportunity for us to talk to people and have conversations with people that we normally wouldn't be able to, getting people to think more eternally, more big picture wise, and just excited to see the things that God's doing here.
Amen. Amen. Well, we so appreciate what this church is doing and what you're doing, and our prayer is that the church would just explode.
Thank you. Yes.
And that we're going to see people so hungry for God that they don't want anything else.
Exactly.
And you're not going to have enough room in there to hold everybody that's going to be coming in. I'm believing God for a mighty outpouring of His Spirit.
No social distancing here.
Amen. Amen. Welcome to the town of Walnut. It's the Iowa antique capital. I'm just glad I'm not trying to ride this bike. This is so cool. I am in Walnut, Iowa, and I'm coming through the old part of town, and the streets are literally laid with bricks. Over 100 years old Main Street. I stopped to just get a shot of these bricks as we're getting ready to leave Walnut, and had 3 amazing conversations. Maybe I'll share that a little bit more later, but I'm 41 miles into the ride today, and we've been going through some wonderful small towns in western Iowa. If you can see behind me, the road is like a ribbon, up and down and up and down. Let me turn it around and you can see the road this way. Up and down, up and down. And I can get up to maybe 20 miles an hour going down, but then I have to put it in granny gear and just work and work and work 6-7 miles an hour climbing up. And so bicycling through Iowa isn't just a straight shot, an easy ride. It's a lot of work, a lot of climbing. I didn't expect this, but it's been an amazing thing just to talk to people on the streets. And I was talking to a man just a little while ago and he asked me what I was doing, and I told him I was praying across the United States, and he goes, well, that's great. We need that. And I said, yeah. Well, do you have a relationship with God? And I said, well, let me put it this way. Do you know where you'll spend eternity? And he thought about it for just a second, and he said, no, I really don't. And I said, well, you can know. And I began to share with him a little bit. And he said, well, I'm glad it works for you, but I got to go. And I'm hoping that maybe just the thought of letting somebody know that God's real and he loves them, and that there really is an eternity in front of us. Every single person on the face of this earth who's alive today or has ever lived will spend eternity somewhere. And kind of made me sad when he just decided he didn't want to hear it and walked away. But I'm hopeful that maybe something that I shared, you know, I shared a little bit. The Lord's going to bring somebody else in his path who's going to share a little bit. And that's kind of how God works. I know when I came to the Lord, it wasn't just one person, one moment in time. It was over a period of months, actually. The Lord just brought people into my life, one after another, and he put within me a hunger to know what's real, to know the truth. And so that's what I pray for this man today. But I met some really great people. I met one of the smartest people I think I've ever met, just walking down the road, and he was hungry, and we gave him a sandwich. Coming in and talking with people in churches, we met this really nice woman at a Lutheran church back a ways, who just said, you know, we want to reach our town for Christ, and we know that our time is short, and we need to be bold for Jesus. And you know, there's that hunger that's growing throughout this state and throughout the United States so far that I've seen, and that's really encouraging. And I'm just believing God for big things. Speaking of big things, I see a road that climbs up pretty steep in front of me. It's looking pretty big here. I think I'm going to go tackle it. Okay, now comes the hard work climbing this hill. 6 miles an hour. 6 miles an hour. I think I can do it. I wish you could feel what my legs are feeling right now. Almost to the top. There. As soon as I make it to the top, there's another downhill and then another hill to climb. It's quite amazing to stand out here in Iowa, and it's just so quiet. I hear a tractor in the distance. I think I have about 8 to 10 more miles to go today before the sun sets. I think I'll make it. I just hope my legs hold out. It's just so peaceful out here. Happy Wednesday morning to you. We're pedaling across Iowa, and I thought that once I got out of the mountain ranges, once I got across the Tetons, it was going to be smooth sailing. Once I got into the middle of Nebraska, I thought, oh, no more hills to climb. But I think I've been actually climbing more in Iowa than, I don't know, maybe than any other state. It's just like a roller coaster. It goes up and down and up and down and up and down. And it is kind of fun, but I can sure tell my legs are getting the worst end of it. And so I think Colleen is in the next town about 5 miles up the road, and so I'm gonna pedal on up there and see if I can give my legs a rest. Lots of corn. Lots of corn. Hey everybody. After a long day of riding, we made it to Orient, Iowa. And Colleen is getting ready to cook some dinner.